or will Rise and Paradox win? A lot of followership with these two duos last year. Everybody knows they're good. We saw some really spectacular play thus far. So far, the most eliminations we've seen over the course of these 3 games in week 1 was 76 elims from a duo from Glenwood High School. So congratulations to them. We'll see if anyone can top that on the night. And then the way Swiss works, if you're unfamiliar with that, is the winners of this week will all play against someone else who won this week next week. So 1-0 records will go against each other. Moving forward, the 2-0 records will go against each other. And eventually you're put in a situation where you play against tougher and tougher opponents or opponents more and more like your skill. And then it really sorts out who our seedings should be. So let's see if we can join yet. We're not quite there. We're very close. It takes a minute and a half or so to get that spectating ready, and when we're ready to go, it'll be very exciting. While we're waiting to join, let's take a quick, let's see, we'll get that between games. We're going to take about a 5-minute break between games so the teams can get on the same page and see if they, see what their elimination total is. Oh, cannot be joined right now. Let's try that. Fortnite's being a little buggy, but we will make it work because that is what we do here. Let's see. Ooh. Hit the watch button. There we go. We're finally in. Man, it is a process with Fortnite sometimes. Definitely esport ready, that's for sure. Push to talk on so these guys don't hear me. We're on board right now. This is Rise we're taking a look at. Gets a couple elims off the bat here. Not wanting us to be able to switch between the views of these guys here. So for now, we're going to be on board with Rise. You know what, George Washington fans can't complain about that. Fortnite is weird sometimes where it'll let us switch between the people or it won't, but as one gets eliminated, we will see the others. So we're going to take this game with Rise so far. One of the relatively new items in the game are these stones that allow you to dash very quickly. Another component of the game that's new here in the sandy area is if these players stand still, they'll actually be able to sink into the sand and drop quickly under the sand, though it does show a dome of where they are. So they're sort of defenseless, but if they can avoid to be noticed, they can get a lot of ground coverage. Shots go off. Swove's going to knock. Rise and Paradox picking up some quick kills here in this first game. A duo with a lot of chemistry. These guys know how to play together, know what they're expecting. You saw him start to fall into the sand there. That's what I was talking about. If they stand still, they will sink into this quicksand. Looking for some more points here. Can he get another? With these swarm streams, there's no shield on this guy. That's going to be an easy extra point. Pick up the gold. There's your partner. Elim's coming in for George Washington right now. Sounded like another. Paradox picks that one up. Actually, looking at our skins here, it appears Paradox. Looking at our top left is who we're on board with. Not sure why it doesn't show Rise's health bar. Say Esports ready. Fortnite is not, but it is a lot of fun, and that's why we bring it. So Paradox is who we're on board with here. Rise, the team captain of George Washington. Raindrop, the team captain of Springfield. This is definitely a premier matchup that both of these guys were excited for. And there's Raindrop and Grams as they speak. They roll up in the car and pop out. The blue beanie being Grams. Keeping an eye on them. So they have decided to join up with Rise and Paradox and stick together, try to peel some elims off. I wonder how many elims Raindrop and Grams have managed to pull off so far. Paradox going to swap out for the blue shotgun. A little upgrade of his weapon there. We are kill racing in a pub here, so they're able to get 1,000 mats for all of them. Paradox gets into the car, and they might want to make some distance between the other partner. And that is exactly what they're going to do. They got in the car. There's Grams in front of them. They want to get away from Raindrop and Grams. They understand the strategy. There's basically two schools of thought in kill races. Either you stay together as a group of 4 and take your chances on who's going to actually get the elimination and get the point credited to them, or you totally split up and try to win 2v4 scenarios. Both of these duos skilled enough to win in those 2v4 scenarios. And here's another option for a point. Paradox taking a high ground, looking for a point, cracks the shield. Will he be able to heal up with any minis before Paradox closes in? Let's find out, but his shield is all gone. Somebody in the car in a lot of trouble as well. They get knocked by Rise. Paradox finishes it off. Either way, the points go into his duo. For another point, shield cracked and almost gets him. Lots of damage. Perhaps Raindrop and Grams on their way. There's another knock. That's going to be his elim when he's finished. It looks like a lot of these elims are Paradox getting the knock and Rise finishing them off. Certainly a viable strategy thus far. Finds no help from his partner and doesn't need it. Knocks down one, looking for another, knocks him as well. They're taking these points as they come. Rise and Paradox stacking it up right now. Grams and Raindrop now together. This is now a battle. Who's going to get the elims as they come in? Tell you what, it's crazy seeing Rise, Paradox, Grams, and Raindrop all playing together. None of these squads coming in have a chance. These guys are 2v4ing everybody, let alone when they're all together in the same place. This is going to be a high elimination game between these two duos, it feels like. Lots of good loot here. What's he going to take? All the gold he can find. Grabs the healing bazooka just to give himself a little pump there. Let's give him a rocket. He's got 8 rockets. Definitely big late game moment. Saving that for later. Got a pretty decent loadout. Pretty average. He's got the standard green AR. He's got the green SMG and a blue shotgun. Not anything really to write home about, but the wild card's going to be what can Paradox do with that rocket launcher. That makes such a big impact. Here's Rise picking up his partner, getting out of the storm. They got a little while to go. Let's take a look at our map here. Yeah, they got quite a drive. Raindrop and Grams have picked up a car, it seems, as well. They're moving very quickly down the road. And now we're going to bring this map right back to where they started, toward the middle of the sand there, where all those rocks are, and Hunter's Haven. So let's see where the next circle goes. Both teams rushing forward. Rise and Paradox, meanwhile, have found yet another duo. Will they get another point? Ooh, I think they third-partied. They got credit for the one. Will they get credit for more? Build race coming in. 2v4 scenario. This team looks a little better than the ones they'd found before. Rise not taking any damage yet, but now he looks like he might. Yeah, he gets cracked for all of his shield. 75 left for Paradox, rather. He in trouble. He's got the minis. Will he have time to get him off? Not yet. 75 health left. Paradox trying to retake the high ground. Doesn't get a lot of value with that rocket. Does get more with that second shot. Still has not popped those minis. He cracks him for all the shield he's worth, and he gets him with the shotgun. Paradox with no shield, able to get that advantage through the wall. Rocket thinking about it. The high ground has been lost. Paradox still with no shield, has had the opportunity to use the minis, but has chosen not to yet. Maybe he's forgot about them. 4 rockets left. There's a lot of damage on that. All of his shield gone. He's going to try to drop and get another point. Will he? The stair comes in for the build. Now, Paradox has lost the high ground advantage, at least temporarily, and here he comes. Yeah, they're teaming up now, taking from either side. Can he build his way out of this one? It certainly looks like he might. They're dealing with somebody who's tunneling well, but not well enough. They'll take another point. Rise and Paradox, we're not sure where Grams and Raindrop are. We'll take a look when we're able to look in with them. But, man, they are on top of it now. All 4 left in this squad, meaning that there are probably 3 squads left, and that's it. So a maximum of 12 points available for these guys left on the field. Wonder who's going to take them. Good loot here. Let's take a look at our map again. The circle's starting to close. Rise and Paradox a little far to the outside. Raindrop and Graham's a little safer. They need to get greedy, and they know it. They've separated. Graham's has taken some damage. Look top left of your screen. He has no shield left and about 25 to 30 health. Raindrop, meanwhile, is doing just fine on his health. And these guys know they got to get out of Storm. They don't have, notice there's no bandages or medkits, at least for Paradox, so he can't take that Storm damage. It's permanent. Grams gets knocked top left of your screen. He's got Raindrop in trouble as well. He's also off a shield. Those guys in trouble. Rockets come in. Now Paradox in trouble. Grams has been finished. Coming in. Who's going to get credit for him? Raindrop has gone with Rise and Paradox now. He is with them. Raindrop might get credit for those. So Paradox has managed to switch out the last rocket he had for a gold rocket launcher. Certainly an upgrade. Still has no health aside from shields and in trouble by this storm. As it starts to tick away, one at a time at this point. Raindrop and Rise went for that elim. I wonder who got it. Bounce pad, smart use, not taking any fall damage when you bounce off the bounce pad. Still in the storm though, down to 45 health. He does find a campfire. His partner does. He's going to walk right by it, picks up a little health off of it, and he's going to survive. But he has been injured, so Grams is definitely going to be out of this match at this point. Raindrop needing to step up and get some points. There's a med kit. Paradox decides not to take it yet. We'll see Grams officially fall here. The wild card here is whether Paradox can survive with the health he has. Will he find a med kit? Will he find some chug splashes? Anything that can get his health up? Going to use the rock to move in quicker. Take a look at our map now. It's going to be all about the sand here. 11 people left, 2 squads plus them in all likelihood. There's some bandages. That's a big find. He's not going to pick them up though. He had all the time in the world. Decides he doesn't need them because he's got all the shield he wants. Paradox looking for the flank. His partner and Raindrop putting the work down. Building up, but will Paradox get the value from the side flank rocket launcher? He gets the shield cracked on both of these guys. That finish is probably going to go to Rise. Paradox, it sounded like that one certainly will. Raindrop, not sure where he is. He is right in front of him. Going to be a gaudy kill total here for Rise and Paradox after game one. It will be interesting to see what it is. They've got their pick of the litter here. All the things they need, weapon and ammo-wise, they're getting shot from high ground. Going to build towards them. Not actually a lot of mats here for Paradox, considering how late game we are. Got about 600 stone, but not a whole lot of wood and steel. So if he gets pressured really hard, Raindrop spraying down. Paradox returning the favor with Baby Yoda. Let's see how this ends. It's likely these guys and 2 other not full squads. Here's one of them. Paradox getting peppered while trying to advance, using a lot of mats. He's going to be in trouble if he keeps using too much. His building's so good, but it's so thorough, and it uses a lot of materials each time he does something. Doesn't take any heat now, but he has lost that high ground, and he knows his mats are dropping. His partner, Rise, tries to get in the guy's face. Paradox falls farther than he wanted to. Raindrop trying to get the knock now, and instead it will fall to Paradox. He was there at the right time. That's what elim races are all about. Paradox gets shot this time down to 69 shield, still at 37 health. Storm playing a factor. He still has no permanent health. Bounces to get out. Nice little shot. Raindrop gets knocked, so that means all remaining points are going to go to Paradox and Rise if they can get them. Paradox, very little health, only 1 more rocket left. Gonna need to make it count. He knows someone's up here. Where's Rise? Paradox getting a little greedy there, looking for the shots in Storm. Trying to find where these last people are. I think he's right under you. That's gonna be the game. Victory Royale is going to happen. Not surprising when these two duos are working together. But Raindrop, Grams, Rise, and Paradox take the dub in game one. We'll see how the kills shook down. Guys, we're going to take a quick break and go to our little commercial, so to speak. Listen to some music. We'll get the elimination totals, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Everybody, welcome back. We are here with a update on what our eliminations are. Unsurprisingly, Rise and Paradox pop off. We are now at a total of 26-6 in favor of George Washington. It'll be interesting to see any strategy changes coming out of Springfield here to try to up that elimination total. But without a doubt, Rise and Paradox went off, and you gotta give them credit for that. So we're going to get ready here for our next match and join it as soon as we can. And we'll get in here. So yeah, they started to separate a little bit once Raindrop and Graham saw Rise and Paradox getting picks. They knew they had found people. Raindrop said between games they hadn't found anyone, and so their drop they landed wasn't as hot as it needed to be. They now are probably going to have a hotter drop and go for lots of elims. because 20 down, it's all now. Now, it's not out of the question that they could do that in one game even, but in squads game warming up, I was here watching Raindrop and Grams. They dropped 26 as a duo without any help from anybody else. So they are capable of it. Both of these teams have put up big numbers, and there's definitely the RNG component. So if you're a George Washington fan, feel good right now. You guys are stepping up and showing out. If you're a Springfield fan, do not lose hope. It's Fortnite, and you never know what can happen. So let's see if we're capable of joining yet. Let's see. Not yet. Okay, we'll take a look back in just a minute. Guys, if you're watching on Twitch chat, comment who you think is going to win. 26-6. What are the chances that Rise and Paradox hold off versus what are the chances that Raindrop and Grams can make it happen? Looking back at last year compared to this year, Rise and Paradox played together a lot last year. Definitely have a lot of chemistry, know what they're doing. Raindrop used to be partners with Twishto. Twishto graduated. Grams did not play Fortnite last year, though he did the year before. And so he came back this year to play with Raindrop, and both very good Fortnite players. Expect to see both these duos in the playoffs, but this first match, no surprise that we saw a big number there out of Rise and Paradox. Let's see if we can watch now. And we're in. See if Fortnite lets us watch this time. This time we're on board with Raindrop, which works out nicely. So we still can't switch between them. That's lots of fun. It's not even showing us what their teammates are as far as health. But you know what? Fortnite, Esports ready. Take a look here. They are very different spots. Rise and Paradox seem to have landed south side of the sand, and then Raindrop and Grams landed Pleasant Park, looking for some elims. That is Grams in front of Raindrop over there that you can see on your screen, I believe. Actually, no, it is not. Grams is farther off to the east. This is someone else who's just lit a firefly on a tree. Mason Moyer looking for some points here. One knock, not going to get that point, so now he's in trouble. Does knock one. Needs to finish the fight off against the rest of the team, however. Takes the high ground. Advantage. Drops on another. He has no shield. Raindrop pursuing him, looking for some points. Gets that. Looking for the finish on one more so he can get those points crewed up for Grams and Raindrop. They found the numbers they needed at first. He has no shield. Raindrop chasing him down. Gets the shot off in the air, and there's some points for the Springfield duo. Just heard Mason behind me say, what the heck, we can win this. Here's another point opportunity in front of him. No shield. That guy is just standing still. Thank you from the fans of Springfield. There's some more points. Grams and Raindrop finding some fun. Wonder if Rise and Paradox are as well. We're already down to half the lobby. 50 people left. Welcome to Pubs. Raindrop decides to be a taxi driver and pick up his partner. Or rather, drive away from him. No free taxis for friends, apparently. Finds company in the yellow house. Looking for a point here. Half of his shield is gone. 56 cracked. Trying to retake that high ground. Finds him. He loves these air shotgun shots. Call it the Raindrop. He did a similar thing in the Overwatch season. He liked to play Ash and just shotgun up into the air and get a shot from up there. Apparently that's how he plays video games. So we got game one spectating from George Washington's standpoint, game two spectating from Springfield's standpoint. Yeah, that truck is not exactly optimal vehicular choice. Graham's now on top of him. They've got plenty of points here in Pleasant Park, exactly what they were looking for. They're content to grab some mats now and move on. They did have to use some in a couple build fights there. Does decide to get in the truck. Grams gets in with them, and they're off to the races. This doesn't look horribly unlike Grams' real car, so there's that. George Washington duo, no joke. You know they're going to put big up points, but so far the Springfield duo is saying, hey, we're not out of this. We're going to grab a few squads in Pleasant and move on, find as much trouble as we can. They like to get into good trouble. Look for a full slurp truck. They're going to get it. Full health for both of them. And they're getting pushed up on. Mason cracks 28 shield twice. Looking for more. The edits are there, but so are his staircase. right in front of him. It's his wall now. Stair comes out again. That's the way this guy plays defense, the stairways. Mason realizing he's had the high ground taken on him, tries to get back up to take it himself. Gets the shot off in the air with the shotgun again. Hello, it's the raindrop. Looking for it again. Misses that time. Misses again. Now no shield for either person. Mason gets the better of him. Gonna get the finish and the point. Does he find anything he likes? Yeah, he's gonna get a flapper and some minis. That's a big find on that elim. So meanwhile, Rise and Paradox, one of them has dropped because we only have one arrow left. Rise or Paradox, we'll try to find out which one. It looks like Rise has dropped because that looked like Paradox there on the high ground. So good news for Springfield, only one Patriot left.
Oh, thanks for the card, man.
Since it came up last season, I will mention everybody on stream if
Hey, you want a flopper, bro?
Let's see.
No.
Remember, stay muted in party chat, guys. So it came up last season. Mason deciding to reboot. I believe it was Graham's. Maybe it was Graham's that dropped. We got 3 on there. Let's take a look who comes out of the van. It was Graham. So Rise and Paradox stayed together. Never mind, I stand corrected. Mason gets the reboot onto his partner. A good find. Now Graham's needing to mat up again. He gets shield, so does Mason. And it'll be interesting to see where elimination total is after this game. We know that Raindrop and Graham's got a lot, but did they get enough to make up a difference here? Raindrop spreading the love around a little bit. Graham's just needs something. Another car here, but it has a boot on it, so it's not going anywhere. Take a look at our map. Storm closing in the opposite side of the map as the last game finished. Rise and Paradox have shifted down, or shifted up rather, toward Pleasant Park, where Raindrop and Graham's just came from. Raindrop tries to get the big snipe. Graham's tries to follow up with the AR. Let's see if anything can happen with it. He tries to get another big snipe, and he finds it for 105 from a very, very long way. Takes a look, he just misses again. These snipes are so close. On board with some fun here. Another team off to this side. Remember, he falls in the quicksand, so he's going to change his accuracy. Almost had a headshot. He thought he had it too. He says, here, Grams, take the flopper. Rise and Paradox look to be heading towards Colossal, perhaps. Gets the shot, misses barely. Raindrop pushing up. They need the points. They got to play aggressive, but that is an unlucky build with the weirdness of the hill there. Gets the, oh my gosh, he gets the shots with the shotgun in the air. What else is he known for? Finds some shields, that's big. That's going to be a point for Grams and Raindrop. Now they're just inside where the circle is. They're getting dropped on. Raindrop does not have a lot of health, but hey, if he can hit the space bar and has a shotgun, he might be in set. 32 shield, correct. Correct him as well, looking for more. Raindrop getting pushed by both players that just jumped on them. Where is his partner? There he is, down to the bottom. Grams knocks one. They're in trouble from above. Again, Raindrop finished him off as well. They're trying to shoot him out there. He has moved. There's no permanent help. Raindrop needs to pop the mini, but Grams gets him instead. They're going to take the points. That's a medkit. That's a big pickup. They're finding some lucky loot on the people they're eliminating. So the Springfield duo getting work done is the George Washington duo. That's the fun of this kill races. We'll find out. They are, meanwhile, just northeast of where our next circle is, above Colossal Coliseum. And Raindrop and Graham, southwest, opposite sides of the map. They are content to say, stay away from us. We want nothing to do with each other. Okay. And they're going to move very quickly towards Salty. 17 people left in the lobby. Salty, a big spot they may be, especially if circle goes that way. You're probably expecting a lot of people in one of these 3 points of interest in the next circle. So let's see which one of those 3 they are in. Raindrop creeping along here. Seeing what he can find. I don't see anyone here. Rise and Paradox have split a little bit. One of them may be going for that supply drop. Oh, There he says. He says, is there nobody here? He found one. 105 crack. Get another. Get down. The snipes are big. He's going to shake him down, look for his opponent. They need all the points they can get. It's the finish. Big pot. That's a huge find. He hears a chest off to his left, but decides not to go for it. That guy was not alone. Might be peeling back to look for someone else, or at least a safe spot to pop the big shield. Good loadout so far, has the sniper he needs. It's going to become less and less relevant in the match, but a good AR, and gee, it seems like any shotgun if he has a space bar. A nicer truck than before. There's a semi in front of him. That is not Rise and Paradox. They're going to go after that semi. They're chasing him down. Grams gets his AR out. He's got the scythe back. They're chasing this semi down. They want those points. Heads into Pleasant Park. This is hysterical. The addition of the vehicles in the game, definitely a difference from last season. Mason's going to try to cut him off on the other side of Pleasant. They've got enough inertia to carry them through those fences. The semi. Perhaps being driven by Rise or Paradox? I didn't even notice how separated they got. So Rise and Paradox very separated right now. Grams and Raindrop together. Looking like Gran Turismo right now. Paradox taking the semi, or rather walking one way or the other toward his partner. Just looking for anybody to get an elimination. They're looking for people coming out of circle. Will they find it? Taking a look at the Coliseum. Not a bad guess for where people might be coming from. Circle going to favor Rise and Paradox, but perhaps favor a rotation elim for Raindrop and Grams. Where are these other squads? Raindrop taking the high ground. There is a chest up here. Looking for anyone. There's Grams underneath him. Gonna bounce out. Build fight in front of them. Rise and Paradox have some company. We see that build fight. Rise and Paradox are in that. One of them is dropped. Can't tell which one. Is it Rise or Paradox? We see the X on the screen. Card might have got picked up. Grams and Raindrop, no, this is their opportunity. They outnumber the remaining George Washington player and therefore have a higher chance of getting these elims as the people roll in. 8 left, so it's probably 2 small squads in these 3. Raindrop upgrades to the nicer car. Grams does not get in with them, but they're going to take these vehicles and go around looking for elims, looking for trouble. Raindrop driving like crazy. It was Rise that dropped because that's Paradox, and he picked up another elim up there. You saw that on screen. 7 left. These 3 in a squad, maybe. Where's that last squad? Those 4 points could be huge. Mason says, I gotta find him. Making a lot of noise. Wants to draw attention to him so he can get those elims. Car's not super good underwater, but it had enough inertia to carry. He's going to get right back in it. Looking for this other duo. So are Grams and Paradox. Mason turns around. Perhaps Grams called out that the squad is over there. See some building. Out of gas. Gonna have to get out of it. Where is this last elim coming from? Grams there across the river. Paradox shading back in towards the center of the map. 6 left, so someone's been eliminated. Don't know if Grams or Paradox got it. Where are these final 3 players? Paradox just waiting for anyone to come to the middle of the circle. Not a bad spot to be. That's where people are likely to be moving towards. Meanwhile, Grams and Raindrop trying to find the rotation out of Storm. pathway he's following. Trying to quickly get over to Paradox. Maybe he knows something's up. Still 6 people. Has Paradox found anyone? He's building. And gets the bounce out. Avoids the grief. Doesn't knock out Paradox's build. Speeding on land with the boat. Shoots a rocket. Has he found the last squad? He hears them. Are they up north here on this building? Grams and Paradox all coalescing with Raindrop on this spot. There's an AI. Raindrop might have just hired a bounty hunter, another new addition to this game. Could help him get elims if he finds the people that are looking for him. The semi-truck choice. Raindrop's gonna be able to get both of these supply drops, and likely a spot where these remaining 3 players might be headed. Raindrop's on the south coast. Storm's moving in. He's gonna elect to not get the supply drop, I believe. Just drive out of it. Yeah, that's exactly what he's gonna do. The other supply drop is also going to be concealed by the storm very shortly. These players gotta be somewhere. All 3 of your IHSEA Fortnite players looking for him, trying to pick up those elims. Paradox splitting Grams and Raindrop. Are they behind this build? Nope. Playing a little hide and seek. This is unreal. I can't believe we haven't seen these 3 players. Circle's getting small. Victor Royale, they will drop, not sure how, but that's 2 games in a row on stream that the duos of Raindrop and Grams versus Rise and Paradox have managed to pull off the Victor Royale. Again, unsurprising. Guys, we're going to send you to a quick break on stream, and then we will be right back and find out what our elimination total is heading into Game 3. Stay tuned. right, everybody, welcome back. Hey, after 2 games, we do have a score update. Let's get back in our lobby here. What we saw game 1 was a 26-7 lead. As a correction to our first count, it actually was 26-7 in favor of George Washington. Game 2, Raindrop and Grams got the advantage in game 2, 13-7. So heading into this next game, we have a 33-20 lead in favor of George Washington. Raindrop and Grams need to make up a difference of 14 points to win the match. And if there's a tie, there's an unlikely scenario that Springfield would win because the 26 drop from game 1 was really big from George Washington. So Springfield knows they got to make up a difference of 14. Otherwise, they're pretty well in trouble for this match. Let's get back in the action here. Frustration's definitely coming up for Springfield here and then between games, but these guys are ready to go and ready to show out. So currently, as I just said, your score is 33-20 heading in to game 3. Certainly not out of the realm of possibility if you're a Springfield fan, and certainly feeling good if you're a George Washington fan. Let's see what happens. They have already dropped in. We'll join as soon as we can here. Let's see if we can get in there. Not quite yet. We're almost there. It was an exciting first game. Rise and Paradox showed up and got tons of points off the drop on game 1, 26 their total. That game, Raindrop and Graham stuck away from them for the most part. Were able to find some big points there in Pleasant and took advantage of that heading on through the rest of the round as they stuck together. It didn't hurt that Rise did drop in game 2, and so Paradox was by himself. Did manage to pick up at least one more point playing alone, we saw on stream there. But Raindrop and Grahams did make up some ground. So will they be able to close the gap, or will George Washington hold them off? We're going in. Let's see who we're on board with this time. Fortnite likes to tell me who we're watching, so we'll figure it out. All right, we are with Raindrop this time. Can't switch between the players. Wish I could, but we're gonna be on board with him. Here's some steps. Is that his partner? Don't think so. They decide to land Holly Hedges this time. And we're going to see what that can bring them as far as elimination. There's a he finds someone. 45 health left on him. Raindrop drops, takes some fall damage from a big drop, but neither of those players have any shield. Raindrop with a chug splash. That's big. Graham's coming over to help him out. They know all these eliminations matter. Gets the shot through the window. Can't quite connect. It was close. Or yes, he did rather. Didn't register the numbers on the screen, but we see him anyway. They get some points. There it is. Springfield off to a quick start. We're on board with the underdogs, down 13 heading into this game. They need to make up that difference, but they may need to get more than 14 points because Rise and Paradox definitely can pop off. Look at Grams' health. He took a beating there in that fight. Needs to find some shields or help so he can get back in the action. He is literally on 1 right now. Meanwhile, Rise and Paradox have landed near the middle of the map. Raindrop and Grams landed on the outside in Holly. They found at least one squad. Will the efforts of Raindrop and Grams be enough? We've got 2 confirmed points for them on stream so far. They could have grabbed another. There's a med kit. Raindrop says, here, take that. You need it. Picks up a bunch of cabbages as well. Those can help. Eat your veggies, kids. Not a whole lot of mats for him here. They're going to move into the circle. Decent walk for them. Much shorter walk for Rise and Paradox. Rise and Paradox, one of them's dropped. George Washington Duo has dropped a player. If his partner also drops, this is a free opportunity for Raindrop and Grams. Take a look at that arrow. Raindrop says, get in the car. We're going shopping. Heading to Salty. Perhaps going to go to the gas station. I don't know whether Rise or Paradox dropped, but that could be big for Springfield fans. Raindrop and Grams look around trying to find someone. They're heading into Slurpee. Usually action there. Rise and Paradox, whoever dropped has been picked up by their partner. They probably won a fight, got some points, and rezzed their teammate, so that is a big clutch moment for them. Meanwhile, Raindrop and Grams looking to get some shields here in Slurpee, and then perhaps get right back out. Action here. Let's take a look up there again. They are both up. It'll be very interesting to see how many points they won in that exchange. Some poor driving by a Raindrop there. Probably should be letting Grams drive. He's the one with the driver's license. Not a particularly eventful game 3 since our first few fights. 50 people left, lots of points available on the board still, especially in a pub with this much time already having passed. Graham shooting something. I didn't see anybody in front of him. There's a squad. Now they have some points available. Gets shots off. 43 cracked multiple times. He stands still and lets him take a point. Smoke God got the smoke there. And Grams and Raindrop now with an opportunity, especially having the squad, one of their teammates having fallen. Grams and Raindrop with a prime opportunity to make up some points. Got to be careful without a sniper. The long range not as effective as if he can get up close to that medium range AR. Someone gets behind him. They're handing these guys points. Did he? Oh, he rocked out. They did get the knock on that guy. He's down there on the right. That's likely a point coming in. Raindrop's got to be careful. Getting sprayed from above, trying to shoot and build at the same time. The guy shooting him has dropped down. Raindrop looking for that elim. Grams gets one. 37 shield cracked twice. And there is another. Will they finish it off? They do. There are the points. Grams and Raindrop pick up 4 more. What have Rise and Paradox done? They are closer to each other now. Will these teams stay together, or will they decide to stay separate and try to get as many points as possible? At this point, you got to think Raindrop and Grams are going to stay away from Rise and Paradox. They want all the points they find for themselves. 35 points left, certainly enough for the comeback. Will they manage to pull it off, though? Noted that these two duos working together did pull off the Victory Royale 2 games in a row. Very, very good players. Not a surprise there. Will they win this 3rd game together? Another opportunity here. That is not Rise and Paradox. Mason has picked up a sniper rifle. Something he needed in that last exchange. They gotta be careful as they get flanked from the right side. He gets shots off and he knocks him down for 182. What a shot with the sniper. Grams taking some heat now. They both are. Lots of people around. Can they clutch up? Doesn't quite connect on that snipe. Grams is taking the high ground, trying to fight there. He still has full health as of now. Raindrop takes high ground, loses it. Gets the shots off, takes no damage on that exchange, surprisingly. Still not getting shot. Has invincibility, it seems like, in this fight. Now he gets connected from the guys pushing on Grams over there. Tries to take a better angle here. All kinds of third partying happening between these two squads. Raindrop has down to 154 health. Grams still at 200. Raindrop in trouble. Trying to take a spot that's not going to get him in as much trouble. And it's up. Still can't get the high ground. It's a constant struggle. Picking off a little bit of health at a time. Gets that one. He's going to get a knock. Will he survive long enough to get the point? The edits are here. Grenades are there. He tries to get out of it. He's in trouble. He drops. Gets away from it safely. Takes this build out. Is it connected? A good move. He sees another point in front of him. He gets shot from the left side, though. Got to be careful. The third party does get the pick on the Grimes. Here's one more coming in. That's a point. He needs every point he can get. Down to 37 health, getting sprayed. Tries to pick up a couple points. Grams with 100 health now, about 98 more to be exact. Raindrop's going to get out of there, build up, and shield up. They do get some elims. Is it enough? We will find out. Grams has been brought down. He is knocked. It's on Raindrop now. The Firefly up there burns Grams to his elimination. He gets finished off, so Raindrop could pick up his card. Raindrop needing points, getting sprayed all over. Pressure's on now. Surrounded. Will he manage to keep this going? Not sure they've made the difference up in points yet. He bounces up. Good move. Takes some real high ground. Gets some shots off. 43 cracked. Mason over 100 health, but not out of the water yet. Gotta be careful. Finds the bounce pad again. Taking high ground very effectively. Very focused up. Oh, he gets built above. The bounce pad is not going to help him that time. That one does get him above. Storm is now a factor in this fight. He knows Storm's a factor. He needs every point he can get. He's just hoping. He's going for the points. Hoping it's enough. Takes his team down. They'll die to Storm. He'll get all the points for it if he can manage to pull it off. He does get him. He gets knocked, however. Will it be enough? Now, if that squad dies, then if that squad dies, those points will go that way. Will it be enough? Rise and Paradox, both still alive, trying to build as much as they can here. They need the insurance points. They're perhaps not sure how many points Grams and Raindrop had. Heck, we're not even exactly sure how many points they had. Fortnite glitches so often that they could be looking at the wrong score, so you always know as a kill race player that you have to keep going and keep the gas down. Not to mention that one of the tiebreakers in our season, if teams have the same record and haven't played each other, is total elimination, so you can never stop. You have to constantly go and rack up as many as you can at all times. Paradox is who we're on board with now in the latter half of Game 3. What does he have for us? He's got the bandages to get out of here. He's going to try to use them carefully here. Down to 12 health. Certainly close. Rise also in the storm. Does he have the bandages to get out? Do any of them have the bandages to get out? Rise picks up an elim there. That's big. Insurance point for him. They throw bandages around. They are really using those as much as they can. Rise trying to get the medkit off. Does he have time? It's close. Look at top left of his health. And he does not have time. Medkit is not used right. Paradox now trying to bandy up and then perhaps grab this medkit. Bandy up enough to use the medkit, rather. Paradox has dropped and will probably be finished because, or Rise has dropped and will probably be finished because Paradox does not have time to res him before his health's going to deplete. He needs to use this medkit instead. There goes his purple shotgun. Yeah, he dances on his partner and gets out of here. Not going to work. Deep in the storm at this point. Not completely out of hope. Certainly enough time to get where he needs to go. Storm's taking 2 ticks at this point. The conclusion of Game 3, we'll head to a quick break and come right back with our totals and talk to our winning team, whoever that may be. We are not sure yet. We will see what the elimination number was. Without a doubt, Raindrop and Grams put up a number there in Game 3. They had a 13-point differential they had to make up, and they did put a big game up. Will it be enough, though, is the question. Rise and Paradox had the 13-point lead. Paradox has that medkit. Builds around himself, gonna pop it. 4 people left. We had 2 victory royales so far between this squad. Will this matchup today give us 3 victory royales? It is on Paradox to determine that right now. Full health, full shield, very average weapons right now, so it'll be interesting to see whether he can finish off this last squad. Hey, one of them's dropped, though. It's 1v2 scenario now, or perhaps a 1v1v1. We're not sure yet. We'll figure that out. He sees one. For the elims. Like I said, every elim matters this season. Cracks him for a shield. 50 of it at least. He's stuck in the storm. 2 ticks are happening again. Oh, it is a duo. They're working together. Paradox hits him for all he's worth. Shield. He's taking storm damage now. They're just trying to get away from him as fast as they can. get out of the storm. He's still in it, and every bit of damage on him health is permanent. Bounce pad. They're shooting each other in the air. It's crazy. Knocks one. Will he finish it off for the Victory Royale? He's got the skill to do it, and that guy's getting shot by an AI. Feels bad. Paradox looking for the final kill, looking for the final point, and looking for the exclamation point. He will find it. This matchup has yielded 3 Victory Royales and a lot of elims. Congratulations to both teams for that accomplishment. We're going to take a quick break, guys, and we'll be right back with your final total. See you soon.
GG's only. GG's only. That's it, really. All right, everybody. We are here joined by our winning team, Rise and Paradox. As of right now, actually in our lobby, Rise is here. Paradox will join us in a second. He did have an invite. Guys, you had a fantastic match. 50 elims is nothing to
joke about. Talk about your strategy heading into our match tonight. You here with us, Rise? You might have push to talk on still. Trying to get him in here. I'll message him on Discord. Trying to get Rise and Paradox in here. Get talking. Paradox's PC froze. That's what happened here. Rise will get on comms in a second. That final elim total for that game, 17 elims for George Washington. That one, 11 more for Springfield. So your final today was
Hello, can you
50
hear me?
to 31. Paradox, you here with us now?
Yes, sorry for the
Good
inconvenience.
deal. Rise is here as well. Guys, 50 elims, lots of them. What was your strategy coming into these three games tonight?
Okay, so basically our strategy was to land in 0 point because there's like the tilted towers right there, and then there's colossal, and then there's um what is that place called? Oh, well, there's three hotspots like right near them. So basically, instead of 15 people, we landed 0 point, grabbed our loot, we quickly rotated to third party other kids, and yeah.
Yeah, it certainly paid off 50 elims. Going into that last match, did the strategy change at all, knowing you're up by 13, or was it let's do the same thing and keep getting the elims? Like, what was the was there any changes at all through the course of the match, or did you just execute that same plan over and over?
Second match was a little bit different because no one was towers or colossal, so we all we really did was drive around in the cars, hoping to look for people, and yeah, it didn't really work out, but yeah.
Good deal. Now we lost you guys on game two because the way Fortnite Spectate works, we got to watch Paradox all of game one. We watched Raindrop all of game two. Who was the one person alive at the end in game two? Was it Rise or Paradox?
I was
I think
pressure paradox.
yeah,
Paradox was up.
yeah, it was me.
Yeah,
Good deal. Now, I think it was the end of game two. Yeah, the one where we just went looking for those other three. I was commenting on stream. What was taking so long to find that team? Where did you finally find them?
Actually, I believe they died in storm, all three of them,
Hmm.
yeah.
because
Either that or
yeah.
raindrop killed them. Because
Raindrop did
all
not.
of a
Yeah,
sudden,
we were all
it
looking
all
for him.
just ended. Yeah, I don't know. I was right. I think they just like died this time. I was like, I
Fair
don't know.
enough.
They probably tried late rotating and just didn't have heals.
Fair enough. Is there anything you guys want to add on stream before we check out for the night?
Mm,
Uh, what was the duo? The duos? Raindrop.
Yeah, Raindrop and Grams.
Raindrop and Grams, you guys are insanely cracked. I've faced you guys in the scrims. You guys are insanely good, and best of luck.
Awesome. Yeah. 31 kills is enough to beat a lot of teams, but it was not enough to beat you guys tonight. Congratulations. And also 3 victory royales tonight. Definitely a testament to the skill both these duos have. You guys stomped every lobby you ran into. So congratulations, guys. You'll start the season 1-0 with a 50 elim bump on your record. Everybody that tuned in tonight, thank you so much for watching. We're going to take you out here on one more song, but hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. And tune into the Super Smash Brothers finals this Saturday, starting at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be a long day of Smash, and we'll be right back here with Fortnite come next Tuesday. Guys, thanks for being here. I'll talk to you later. And everybody else, as Tivo says, do your homework.
yeah.